What's up, everybody? Jaeyun Starcraft here, back with another NA team battle game. Today we've got for you, down here in the bottom right, Machine. And up in the top right, our Protoss player, Jaeyun. Jaeyun, a prominent Protoss and Zerg player. We've seen him before in the past in this tournament. Very strong foreigner. And, of course, Machine down here in the bottom right. He is a guy I've actually talked to quite a bit before. We did a few dual casts on the Team Think Quick. Really nice guy. Really nice guy. I don't know how strong he is, actually. As a player, he doesn't really stream that much. I'll link his stream down below, but I'm interested to see what kind of level he's at. He's obviously pretty damn good if he's been invited by Gypsy to play in this team battle, but I don't know. I haven't really watched him much, so I'm interested to see how he does here against Jaeyun. I've seen Jaeyun play before. He's a very strong player. Starting out here with a gateway on the low ground. Pretty common on a lot of different maps. This is, of course, that new map. We are on Good Night. I chose this game not only because it is a good game, but also because it is on Good Night. And I do want to see more games on this map before we get into the later stages of ASL. Just get a good feeling about the map, see what it's all about. What the strategies are like on this map. I'm hoping that someday we'll get these maps in on the actual ladder pool. That would be great, but seems like that could be a ways off here, just based on the way that things are going over there at Blizzard. Well, we just have to wait and see, wait and hope. It's the best we can do right now. We've got a Zealot coming out across the map here. It's going to be taking a little stroll down towards the bottom right. Jaeyun's already gotten in there and spotted out what's going on with his pro. Sees about 6 lings have been produced. Let's see if this is this another ling here? Yes, it is. So 8 lings popping out. That means that Jaeyun's going to have to be pretty defensive here when he sees 8 lings. You cannot be messing around sending out the second Zealot or anything like that. This first Zealot, not bad actually. Going to get on top of this drone and he kills the drone. Wait a second, that's not good. Yikes. Machine now has 300 minerals, but he has no opportunity to throw down this hatchery. And Jaeyun actually going to hide this Zealot. So this is already quite a bit of damage to Machine to start this one off. Looks like he's going to take this base instead out in the front. That's not the base you want to have, but especially it's just so close in rush distance to the Protoss player. Very, very difficult to wall this in as well. A lot of room to run in here with Zealots in those mid-game timing attacks, but looks like a run by the Zerg. Dive in here with those Zerglings, try to get by. He loses 2 lings, but kills a probe. Gonna jump up into the main base now. Gets another probe there. What else can he get? Meanwhile, a Zealot walking here into the natural. How many kills does this guy have? 2 kills. First one was a drone. Second one was a ling. If we can get anything more done here, because back at home, Machine is being pressured by the Zealot. He needs to get these Zerglings actually onto the Zealot here. Of course, very difficult multitasking on 2 fronts at the same time. Loses another drone. That is not looking good. Back at home, it looks like all of the links, except for 2 have been cleared up. Finally going to capture that last ling, though. Surrounds and kills it. How many kills do we have on this? 5 kills on this Zealot. That is crazy. At least 2 of them are drones, maybe even 3 now. Trying to pick off 1 more drone before he goes down. Looks like it will not happen, though. And unfortunately, it looks like more Zealots coming into the 3rd base here. That's one of the problems. Oh my god, he killed that hatch. Wait a second. Oh no, horrible calamity here for Machine. I can't believe I missed that going down. I guess there was 3 Zealots working on that for a little while there, but 3 Zealots can take down a hatch reasonably fast, and Machine was just not ready for it. That's one thing you absolutely have in mind when you do a run-by like that with the Lings into the main base. The Protoss player is going to maybe send 1 Zealot back to try and clean that up, but the others are just going to go straight across the map. So if you are lax at all on the Ling production, you are absolutely going to lose some drones. You might even lose a hatch like we just saw there. That is horrible for Machine. Now he's got a whole bunch of Lings, and he just can't really do anything with these. He is going to get his 3rd base up now in the place he actually originally wanted that. A probe has slipped by here. Going to pop in the main base and see no layer, and honestly, he just cannot afford it right now. He's throwing down a Hydralisk Den, but this Hydralisk Den does not mean bust right now. It means I'm going to die to a Corsair that's going to come across and start to kill my Overlords here in a second, so he absolutely needs to get that Hydralisk Den down and pop out a couple of Hydras, otherwise just losing a few Overlords here could end the game for him. He's sending all of his Overlords back home. As a result, you just don't want to lose any of these if possible. Probably just going to lose this 1 Overlord out here near the front of the base, but that's unavoidable. 3rd base is now almost finished. We'll see if this is going to matter here. I mean, this 3rd base is so late. So late. The remains of the 3rd over at that mineral only still sinking into the ground. Oh, there they go. Just disappeared. Throwing a pylon up over here. I wonder if he was planning to throw some cannons up on high ground. That can be one of the most annoying things to deal with in this matchup, is when your Protoss opponent just sends out a probe and you don't notice, or, you know, sends the Zealots out, annoys you, and then sends probe out. You're distracted, and just starts throwing down cannons up here, where you may be thinking that, oh, he's building a bunch of gateways, he's getting ready to attack me. You're getting prepared for that attack, and then it just never comes. You're sitting there wondering, why is he not moving out? And he's actually got a base over here. He's got those cannons, and then the gateway explosion comes, and he's that much stronger on 3 bases already, and kind of bowls you over. So good that he's actually keeping an eye on that. He's going to send this down now and kill off that 1 pylon. We've got the Corsair flying through. He's checking to see if there is, in fact, a layer. Actually sees the timing on that layer. And we'll fly through, try to pick up some more Overlords. Looks like not going to be possible at this moment. And just goes ahead and flies on back towards home. Looking at the drone count here, 24 to 42. Completely reversed numbers here. Kind of interesting. And still producing probes. Adding on those gateways, we're going up to about 6 gates before getting into an expansion. Machine. No expo in the works at the moment. He's got these upgrades pumping away. Matching the 1 upgrade from Jaeyun. But the drone count here is a little bit too low. He's got all the defenses that he needs. He's actually producing 5 more drones, so that's a good sign. Getting droned up into a position now where he can actually afford to produce an army that can fight head-to-head with what Jaeyun's about to have. On those 7 gates, he's going to... Or on 6 gates, he's going to have a lot of Zealots. He's going to be producing those like crazy. You absolutely have to have around 40 drones to saturate these bases, and likely you want to get a 6th hatch up as well sometime in the near future here as the droning up continues. Get that 3rd gas, start the lurker upgrade as well, and just get ready for that inevitable mid-game that's going to come here. It looks like Jaeyun preparing for that 3rd base at the mineral only. He's going to send some Zealots in here. Diving straight in. Wow, this is a bit ballsy here from Jaeyun, running right on top of these units. No pull of the drones from Machine. He's going to lose quite a few of these Hydras, even though the positioning here is so good. Okay, finally a pull from Machine, but he's actually just running away. Generally, you like to see the drones stay here and fight with the Zealots, try to push them away from the Sunken Colony. Body block for the Hydras, but instead running away here. Some Overlords in the natural are going to end up getting picked off as well. More Hydras are popping out, but of course Hydras being super dumb, not actually moving in the right positions. And finally does clear up these Zealots here at this area. Doesn't lose any drones, which is an important part of this attack. Not losing any drones is going to allow Machine to stay in a good position economically. But his army has been reduced here. Now, of course, the majority of the Zealots were picked off. We've got a DT out now. Do we have Overlord speed? Yes, we do. That is critical. It now is possible for Machine to actually hit this base, this new third base that's coming up here, can be under threat as long as these Overlords are present. Otherwise, the DT would just simply snipe these. Okay, just gonna walk by. I guess he was on a move command there. Forces the cancel from Jaeyun, and now I'd love to see Machine just run back home. Go back home and take a fourth base right now. He's got to deal with these DTs as well. Got to get an Overlord in this position. There we go. One Overlord does pop out, but one Hydra not going to be enough here. Ooh, this is bad. He's going to lose this Hydra, and then this DT will go to work here in the third base, picking off drones. Good. At least Machine does pay attention that he sees the DT going to work there. And manages to pull away those drones, keep them alive. Picks off both the DTs there and makes himself safe back at home. How are we doing with the upgrades here? Do we have Lurker aspect? I don't think so. Big group of units coming across the map, but with no anti-air to defend, these three Muta's just going to completely and outright deny these Templar from walking across the map. That is a great timing for these Mutalists to pop out. He gets a single Templar. Will he get another? I don't think he can. Maybe he's going to go for it, though. Oh, misclick. Okay, he does get it. Misclicked here and attacked the Forge there. Pretty painful misclick. Now Probe going to get up here on this high ground. This is what I was talking about earlier. It's a little bit later than I was expecting, but if he starts to throw cannons on this high ground, it could be difficult for Machine to break that later on. Luckily for Machine, though, look at that. Great game play from Machine, throwing a Ling over to this area, making sure that he is able to take care, or to pay attention to that area, to make sure that nothing comes up on that high ground. Uh-oh, DT plus 4 Zealots is a lot of DPS. Is he going to be able to pick off this base? Oh, Machine caught a bit out of position in this group of... a small group of Zealots. Oh! Oh! Oh, God. 7 HP. Oh, my God. That fucking hatchery right there, guys. That is insane. Of course, he can still mine off of this base with this hatchery on the right side, but losing that larva would be painful. Luckily, he does manage to keep that alive and picking off more Templar here. Only one Corsair, so can pretty much just ignore the Corsair there and just go for the kills. Nice, gonna pick off one of those Corsairs. Bring the count back down to 1 here, but no Lurkers in the mix. Makes this a little bit tough. That's a lot of Zealots, and they got a good run up there on these Hydras. Going to completely rout this force and make him run all the way back home. Still on 2 bases, though. Jaeyun is running out of resources. He's been fighting here for a long time on 2 bases. We're already in 14 minutes in, but oh, man. You gotta protect this base here. Machine, get over here. He should be on this high ground here. Defending in a tight cluster formation in the natural. You know that you don't have too many units over on that side. Or you don't have too many storms or anything coming out right now. So you can absolutely defend from a turtled position here as Machine. But you cannot be losing this base. absolutely cannot be losing this base right now. So he's going to leave some Hydras back at home. I definitely approve. A few units are going across the map, and Jaeyun now going to try and take the third base. I'm not sure if you want to try and break this as Machine right now. The things have gotten pretty darn scrappy. What are the upgrades at? 2-0 and 2-1. So a single upgrade in the advantage of Jaeyun. A lot of Hydras are coming across the map like right now. Machine wants to break this. Machine does not want this game to go on any further. He's not added on a Queen's Nest. He's not going up into Hive. He's just going to pick off these Templar and hope for the best. Can he actually break here? This is so many Hydras in a very wide arc. One Templar is coming up. That's all he's got. One single storm. Can he actually make it count? No! The Hydras pick off that Templar. And now the fight here on the bridge is very poor for the Protoss player. These Hydras can just back up slowly and take really good fights against the Zealots. Of course, there's still a lot of Zealots. It takes a long time to chew through that armor. But eventually, he is going to get pushed back. More rallies here. Machine dropping down a little bit on his macro. 1,400 minerals. And finally spending that money, trying to get out some more units. This is where that 6th hatch would be really, really helpful. Can he actually make this work here? He's actually getting a Carapace. He's getting finally the 3rd extractor. We're 16 minutes in now, finally getting the 3rd extractor. This has been a really scrappy game, and it's going to continue to be so as the main has now mined out. The natural is extremely low. You can see just 100 minerals on some of these patches, 200 on others. This 3rd base is so important for Jaeyun right now, and Machine is going to come across the map to try and prevent that from going down once again. Can he get in here and stop this? The Hydra numbers are not what they were. We really don't have that much. We're lacking in the macro here by quite a bit. That the missing extra hatchery really hurting Machine right now, and lacking the Lurker aspect upgrade as well. Are we going to fall back and actually try? Yeah, we're going to take a 4th base here as Machine. We're going to go into Lurker, I assume. Although it's incredibly late at this point, but I mean, you have to get Lurker upgrade at some point. You just cannot fight continuously with Hydras against these massive amounts of Zealots. Along with the Storm, it's just going to be too difficult. Looks like the Zealot's going to dive on some Hydras here. On the right-hand side, these Hydras kind of cut off from the rest of the forces, do get picked off and forced to push back. Kind of picking away at the edges here. Machine trying to find a way in, but his forces are pretty limited at the moment. Not too much here. Finally, Lurker aspect coming down. Gonna get that upgrade. Good Storm there. Killing off a bunch of these Hydras. And Machine is in full retreat. He's gonna go for a counterattack, it looks like, with a group of Hydras, but we do have a Templar with Storm here, 2 cannons, and a few Zealots. Plus rallies should be able to hold on. And in the natural, too late on Lurkers. No Lurkers in this location. Pure Hydra not going to be enough to slow this down. And I think this is going to be the end, guys. Jaeyun just pushing through, shoving in with these Mass Zealot. Diving on top of these reinforcements. And maybe he can pick this off. He's going to try and get the Templar, and a few of these Zealots will go down as well. The cannon does finish, though, and only a few Hydras are left remaining. Pushed up into the main. Yes, Machine is going to go down. But it was a great fight from him right from the very beginning. Machine was behind, and he somehow made this into a very, very close game. Running away. Drones here, but there's no hope left. Machine got another base in the bottom left. He has this base up. Never was able to mine from that. Producing some Lurkers on this side. He's trying Trying to make it crazy. I mean, Jaeyun is not mining at all now. He literally has no mining. So that's something, I guess. Lurkers come up, but get stormed and shoved back. Maybe, I mean, nah. If he had lurkers here right now, yeah, this final lurker goes down. And that's going to be the end, guys. Maybe if you had a lurker here with some Scourge and Overlords, maybe pick off an Observer or two and deny this mining for a bit, there was some hope, but this wasn't in time. Yeah, lurker's just a little bit too late there. But overall, a really epic game. Thank you to Machine and Jaeyun for providing this for us. Thank you all for coming and watching. My name is Sayonasi. Check the links in the description down below for the game, for the players' streams, and also Gypsy's stream. If you want to see this content live, if you want to see the NA team battle live, go ahead and check that out. Thanks so much for joining me, guys. See you next time.